Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244 and welcome to a Hitman Freelancer update video. So this video will be a patch preview for May. Just next week, 8 days time, we're going to have a patch on May 11th, and it's going to be involving some quality of life changes for Freelancer and some fixes and stuff like that. So IO Interactive released a blog today giving us a bit of a preview to the patch coming next week. Full patch notes will be coming out next week, so I'll go into more detail about that. But in this particular blog post, to go into mainly the highlights of the patch. So I'm going to go through all those things now, and it's introducing a new thing to Freelancer in itself. So starting from the top, I will show you the most important stuff on the screen, so we can go through it together. So first and foremost, it says known formally as patch 3.15.0, this update will bring more than 80 bug fixes, tweaks and improvements, with a focus on addressing many points of fan frustration for our new roguelike mode, Freelancer. We've also implemented a new location for contracts mode, with the ICA facility's freeform training mission now supported for the very first time, giving players more options to be creative. Before we release the full patch notes next week, we want to give you a look ahead at what's coming up, including a new Prestige feature for Freelancer. Let's start with that. So, Freelancer Prestige. We're adding a new Prestige feature to Freelancer that will give you more reasons to play and earn elusive safe house trophies for your collection. So if you've unlocked all the trophies, I think there's 99 available, you may have noticed a couple of gaps on your shelves, and I've been mentioning this myself, questioning it myself, and there's a big gap in the hallway as well. So this trophy will cover that. So once you've prestiged, you will get the Hitman logo, a trophy to fill that space. So there was a reason for it, so this was always in the pipeline. So it says the Prestige laptop will be added to the safe house and will allow you to increase through 5 Prestige levels. You can advance your Prestige level after you've collected all the weapons that can be stored in the safe house. At that point, 3 things will happen. The base Mercer's payout and XP gain for completing missions will increase. You will add a Prestige trophy to your safe house for each Prestige level, 5 in total. All items in your inventory, all Freelancer gear, all weapons on the walls, and all Mercers will be reset to 0, as if you were starting fresh. Your safe house customizations, however, will not be affected. Prestige in Freelancer is all about risk and reward. Once you've unlocked everything, you can start fresh with a higher base payout and XP bonus, earn the trophies for your safe house, and show off your Prestige level. So really, it's about, it's gonna mainly attract people that want to brag about their level, people that want to complete this 100%, and the way to do that is getting all the trophies. So if you want to get all the trophies, you need to get to Prestige level 5. I am still a long way away from top dog trophy. I'm currently at 66 out of 100. I have lost motivation to play Freelancer currently, and people have started to move away from the game overall and starting to play other things, so which is understandable. It is a massive grind. It can get a little bit dull, But yeah, Prestige, I'm not sure how I feel about it. They've sort of made it sort of like Call of Duty or something like that, haven't they? But you are going to lose all your weapons, all your money, everything. It just depends on how big this extra XP is going to be. Is it going to be worth it? Or what do these other trophies look like? If they said there's 5 trophies, is it just going to be cycling between different colours of the trophy or something like that? I'm not sure. But we'll have to wait and see how that comes. But that's going to come May 11th along with the patch next week, so it'll be next Thursday. So that's the first major thing that they announced for the patch for coming next week. Next thing is the ICA facility contracts mode. Contracts mode lets you play missions, mark your own targets and challenge your friends and the whole community to perform the contract the same way you did. On May 11th, we're expanding contracts mode to now include the ICA facility location. More specifically, it's the freeform training mission that takes place on the yacht. Many of you will have spent hours and hours here in Hitman 1 beta back in 2016. I didn't. And we're excited to see what contracts you create here. Look out for some of them in the featured contracts section soon. Well, hopefully you can bring equipment to this, because if I remember correctly, for the final test you can't bring equipment, so it's very limited when it comes to that. So unless you can bring equipment, I don't see much going on there. It is a very, very small map overall, but that's new, I guess, for people that want to play contracts on that map, that little map. There we go. Moving on to the new unlocks coming. So some of you may or may not know that the unlocks are coming, but I'll go through them again anyway. They are going to be included in the patch coming up. It says, with the May 11th patch, we're rolling out a handful of new unlocks that will keep your inventories fresh. First of all, the Black Bruiser suit. The Hitman Challenge tasks you with completing any Freelancer campaign on hardcore mode. We think you'll agree it'll be worth it. Plus, if you've already managed to do that, the suit will be yours instantly when you launch the game after the patch. Get started now and claim it on May 11th. I wonder, because I've done this sort of thing before, retrospectively adding suits, and it hasn't always worked. So I really hope that that is the case, that you can just launch the game and you'll be able to see it right there in your inventory. But we'll have to wait and see how that happens. I've already completed hardcore, so we should automatically get that Black Bruiser suit. So if you haven't completed hardcore mode already and you are interested in this suit, then go for it. If you are a trophy chaser, again, I would recommend going for the hardcore mode, but I would only recommend playing the hardcore mode once. Once you've played it, completed one campaign, I would not recommend playing it ever again. It's not worth it at all. Next thing is the exploding pen. As what the old phrase goes, explosions speak louder than words. That's never been more true with an exploding pen, and you can unlock by heading into the Patient Zero campaign and eliminating Craig Black under some specific and fitting circumstances. I'm guessing you've got to shove his head into a pen, which I remember correctly, there was a bin there. You can shove it right in his eye. This item was previously an elusive target unlock in Hitman 2, but we're making it available for all World of Assassination players through this new challenge. I think they're referring to the undying elusive target. But I don't know about you guys, but I am so done with explosives. Yeah, there's so many explosive items that we have in our inventory now. It's shocking the amount of explosives that we have. Especially we're not even going to be using it outside of the main campaign, I guess. I mean, who's going to be using the pen anyway? I can't think of any scenarios where it's useful. Then again, cue the people in the comments telling me exactly how useful it is. It's usually the case. But yeah, let's move on to the patch note highlights, shall we? So these are the quality of life changes I think they're talking about. So at the time of writing, there are 87 individual fixes, tweaks and improvements ready to roll out in this patch. A lot of focus has been on player frustration around the Freelancer mode since launch, but there are also more general fixes for the game in general that will keep things tight and also have an impact on Freelancer indirectly. We wanted to highlight just a few of them to give you an idea of what's to come ahead of the full patch notes next week. Take a look. First off, Freelancer heads-up display options. Under Options Gameplay, we've added 4 new options for Freelancer, which allows players to customize specific HUD elements for this game mode. The following HUD elements can either be toggled on or off: Lookout Proximity Indicator, Assassin Proximity Indicator, Alerted Territory Indicator, Mercer's Indicator. I don't think that needs that. I don't know. I don't see a reason. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't see a reason to turn them off. Yeah, I don't see a reason to turn them off, to be honest. Okay. Anyway, next, item unlock identification in Freelancer. We've added a small objective marker to the gun wall to help players find and identify a newly unlocked item. Fantastic. Brilliant. Next item, a spy cam toggle in Freelancer. We've added an option to hide UI while using the spy cam. This was in response to player feedback that the UI elements can make it difficult to identify the finer details of a character with the elements permanently visible. For example, seeing whether a suspect was wearing earrings. Yes, it is an... Well, I don't know. I don't think I was ever complaining about the camera itself in making it difficult to identify the finer details. I think the game itself is making it difficult to identify the finer details. I think people with visual impairments and people that just generally can't see these things, or, you know, are colorblind even, how are they going to be identifying these targets, whether they've got earrings or not, hidden underneath their hair, or a tiny little earring that they have right in their ear, which you have to zoom right in on. It's very easy to miss. Or a tattoo hidden on their inner thigh if they're wearing trousers, you know what I mean? How are you going to improve those sort of aspects of it? Because it's currently, as it is, it's extremely difficult to discover these little details, and I think it needs another look. what else they can do to help players figure out these targets, because I don't think it's a very good system in its current state. I think it does still need changing a lot more than that. This next change is a good change in my opinion. We've made a change to the perfect shooter objective. Do not miss a shot. You will fail if any shot misses a person, which is what the objective is. That will make an exception for security cameras now, or recorders. The objective text has also been updated. In short, you can now shoot security cameras and recorders and still earn the perfect shooter objective. Thank you. The amount of times that we've gone and done perfect shooter in Freelancer, and we've just forgotten, just out of sheer, muscle memory, you just don't take it into consideration. You shoot a camera, you've lost, and you think, God damn. We just want to actually complete these objectives, but it's so easy to mess that up. Like, it's very rare I actually complete a perfect shooter challenge in Freelancer, but now it's going to be a lot easier, so that's good. I wonder now, with this patch, they've actually removed the ability to use your dart guns, because that's been a really cool thing about the perfect shooter. We can still use our Seeker 1 and the Calmer, and if they've fixed that, then it's going to be something I'm going to be avoiding quite a lot. Perfect shooter, that's for sure. Next thing is the SA recorder. So we've updated the prestige objective description for SANF and SASO to mention destroy surveillance recorder. If the player gets recorded, that is. So previously this wasn't mentioned, and the objectives will be failed on mission completion if the player was recorded that didn't. That paragraph is quite confusing. Let me try and make it more simple. You've got a silent assassin suit only prestige objective, and you've been spotted by a camera. It won't tell you that you've been spotted by a camera and you have to delete evidence to retain that silent assassin rating, but now it will. Now it will tell you. So often people will be trying to do the SASO prestige objective, getting spotted by a camera, not realizing they got spotted by a camera, completed the mission, you're thinking, how did I not get silent assassin? It's because you got spotted by the camera, but the objective didn't tell you that you've been spotted and you have to delete evidence. Now it will tell you that you have to delete the evidence. So again, that's a good change, but it was very poorly worded in my opinion. Next thing is SA reward, silent assassin, for those people that don't know what it means. We've adjusted the payout objectives and prestige objectives to make silent assassin and SA suit only and silent assassin no firearms objectives more rewarding. I've said this before. I think people have asked me why don't I go for silent assassin objectives. It's purely because the time it takes. Obviously it's going to take longer than any other prestige objective because you've got to go more slowly and more stealthily, and therefore it's not really worth it, especially when it's easy to make a mistake and it doesn't pay out enough. And I think an incentive to get people to try the silent assassin objectives is to reward a lot more. So for example, they paid out 4,000 or 5,000 mercers, then I think it would be a lot more rewarding, and I think that's what they're going to do. So brilliant, good change. Next is the Puddle Paradise. So we've done a huge sweep across many puddles and water, so they can be used to electrocute NPCs more reliably. This was triggered by a change we made to how the game registers pacified NPCs that are placed on the electrified puddle. Along the way, we found inconsistencies with puddles or areas of water that looked like they should be electrocutable, but weren't. Now, there should be fewer cases where this issue occurs. I'd also like to be not electrified when I'm not standing in a puddle. That would be nice. That's me referring to the short that I made a couple of minutes ago. I wasn't standing in a puddle. I got electrocuted. I wasn't even standing in it. So they also need to fix the explosive radius as well, the lethality of it, because it's very lethal to the player. But when it comes to the actual targets, it's non-lethal outside of, like, I don't know, half a meter away. You have to be right on there. You have to put the explosive on their toenail to actually take them out these days. It's weird. I don't know why they've made it so weak these days. Even like a Semtex. Strange. Next is the neon outfits. So we've toned down the excessive lights of the neon outfit to be more consistent across all locations and areas, dark and bright. This should remove the absolutely overblown blinding effect in some dark areas. Yeah, the horrible blooming coming from that neon outfit is horrible. So hopefully that is actually fixed now. Speedrunner's Delight. Back in January patch notes, we made a mention to the so-called muffin trick being inadvertently patched out of the game. As it was an unintended change, we've remedied it so that it will function now as it once did. So speedrunners will be thrilled with that. Carpathian Laboratory. We've removed the disguise restriction on the laboratory starting location in Carpathian Mountains. This will allow players that have reached Mastery Level 2 to play the mission with any unlocked disguise. This will still enforce the default and narratively thematic disguise for the first-time players. Patient Fox. We've also removed the forced disguise restriction on the club entrance starting location in Berlin for the main campaign. Same goes for the default starting location of the Patient Zero mission in Hokkaido. They're good changes, I think. I like those changes. I think they should have came a long time ago, to be honest. But yeah, finally they've came around. But that is the extent of the the May patch preview. We'll be getting the full patch notes next week, so hopefully they've got some more stuff under the sleeve, because so far I don't really see too many quality of life changes there. They're very, very minor things, I think, to be honest. I think, honestly, the best part about the whole lot is the perfect shooter tweak, to be honest. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but that's my opinion anyway. The Prestige thing, I don't know. It might attract some other people. It does seem like an interesting thing. I will definitely play it on day one on Thursday, but we'll just have to wait and see if it's really worth it. How much bigger increase they're going to give us the base payout, we'll have to wait and see. But that is it for this particular video, so let me know your thoughts in the comments as well, and let me know what your highlight is out of this patch preview. What are you looking forward to the most, and what is your favourite change here that they've added onto this patch? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but that is going to do it for this one. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams so you don't miss any notifications. And consider supporting me on Patreon, or even becoming a member of the channel, just like all these lovely people on the screen. Just click the join button below, or click the link in the description for all the details of that. And I really would appreciate it. I really do appreciate all the support already. Thank you very much for all the names that are on the screen. Appreciate each and every single one of you. I shall see you in the next stream or next video. I shall see you there. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.